there were suicide notes I wrote when I was going down. You told me not to give people a sneak peek of Left Alone.
Yeah.
That's why I skipped it. But I did I did tablets thrice, and on all those 3 occasions they failed.
You wanted to kill yourself?
Yeah, that's when I accepted that I'm made for this world. I did them the first time and I slept. I woke up. It was still dark, so I thought I had reached where I was supposed to go. I thought I was in purgatory or something. Because like I woke up expecting to see fire. You know, my mom told me if you kill yourself, you go to hell. I didn't see fire. So when I saw dark things,
You're like, okay.
I was like, now I'm in purgatory. I can go to heaven. Before the book launch, we had a scheme drawn out.
Yeah.
Like people have to line up to get your signature, and we have to get those pictures. You know, to like get the crazy views. So people actually lined up. Grown people lined up. Like my father, who is the most proud man I know in the world, stood in a line behind teenagers
To get a signature.
to get my signature. And I looked at him with like this eye of,
Yeah.
it's actually me. So the broken pieces of love, I'll
About
repeat,
you.
are about me, the lover boy who I am. And
You're a lover boy.
no, in writing, not in character.
Welcome to AM Mavin 256, the pulse of the youth, where reality meets conversation. Get ready for real talk on mental health, life hustles, politics, entertainment, and everything in between. Your platform, your voice, your vibe. Let's move the conversation forward.
A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, bonjour, muta. How are you doing? My name is Mavin, and welcome back to AM Mavin 256. It's been a while, but yes, I'm back. Every time I disappear, I be cooking. As you can see, we have a different person on set today, and we're going to discuss different and wonderful things. Today might be my last episode. Actually, it is the last episode for this year, 2025. But before I go into details, if you're watching for your first time, I request you to go subscribe, hit that subscription button, comment on the video, share with your friends so that we grow every year. And then I want to appreciate everyone that has been with me through this journey from the start of the year to almost the end of it all. It has been really wonderful. This was my first year of starting podcasting, you doing YouTube and everything, but I've seen a journey that has been so wonderful. Thank you for walking with me from the start until where we are right now. Started with 0 subscribers. I think I was the first person to subscribe for myself, and I want to appreciate that first person who subscribed on my YouTube channel. We have gone from 0 to 400 subscribers this year. Really, it has been wonderful and so great. Yeah, you can go back and check my videos, those shaky videos. The person who started trembling, but now the confidence has grown within me and we are moving forward. I don't want to waste much of your time, but today I have a young man. I've been used to hosting, people who are in my caliber, let's say people who have finished campus, people who are still at campus. But today it's a wonderful show. I have a young man. This guy hasn't even reached campus yet, but already he has this. This is a book. Me, I finished campus, but as we were coming, we were joking. I don't even have 2 pages of this. But someone who is in high school, or has finished his high school, and has managed to put this piece of writing into action, we really appreciate God for that. He has a lot to say, and he has a lot to share with you and to tell you that you are going to learn. Relationships is in the same line with mental health advocacy that I keep emphasizing to people. That people go through a lot, but they don't show it to us. You get, so he's going to teach us. We're going to learn from him, and we're going to find out how his life has been. Together, join me. Let's welcome Mr. Should I call you Mr. or Bro? Let's welcome Samuel on board today. Samuel,
Yes.
it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself to the world, and we start.
Hi everyone. I would not say good morning, good afternoon. I think hi is more formal.
Okay.
My name is Samuel Timaka Lawrence. You could add that. I am a poet, recently an author.
Oh yeah.
I'm a mental health advocate from the heart. I'm not yet popular for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Sane Minds, especially for the men, because they emphasize the women emancipation, but they forget that men are dying. So I do mental health advocacy
Yeah.
through writing, and this is Broken Pieces. It's my second piece. It's a poetry anthology about mental health, relationships, depression, anxiety. And my first one, sadly not here, is called Left Alone. It's a true story about depression, loss of someone I grieved about a lot, and then growing into realizing they will not come back, and accepting the people that I grew up around, and eventually somehow surviving and desiring to inform the world about what mental health actually is that's being forgotten now.
Wow, that's amazing. Uh, you know, we always think that you must first finish campus to have titles, you know. Now, for you, you're still here. Now, the man behind the camera there is known as Masavu. Name Masavu is so an intro, yo. So, anyway, let's take the jokes aside. But as you've heard, he's a mental health advocate. I maybe you get the what poetry what Luzungu lwange silungi nnyo, but yes, I hope you've heard everything. But straight away, I want us to start. Let's start with the background a little bit. Where do you come from? Where have you schooled from? Yeah.
Uh,
And which class are you in? People might think I was lying,
I,
or the class you've finished.
I'm currently making a month in my Form 6 vacation,
Okay.
vacationing hard.
Mm.
Binyuma, I've been to Namilyango College for the past 6 years,
Oh,
and I think that's the reason I have the two books. Namilyango has been the inspiration behind them. The experiences there have groomed me. I come from a very big family, so I will not go deep into it because
yeah,
my
sorry.
father used his youthful age as well. So
You know, there's a meme on TikTok when what? When other people are grabbing land, our
our
fathers
fathers were getting children. And
they are
yes,
getting children and women.
I'm happy that amongst the many, I'm making him proud.
Yeah.
I'm making the old man happy. He's not a person who loves reading, but for the first time I saw him reading, even poems. A man of 55 reading poems is crazy.
Yeah.
And poems about people getting heartbroken in my age group. So I won't say much about my family because it's quite big. I'll take the whole day. Yeah, I have a very supportive mother. She's the reason I'm here and the biggest inspiration to why I write, and my biggest fan. Today when I told her I was making it to a podcast, she wanted me to get her a link to the TikTok live so she would stream it. But
You have to explain.
yes, I killed her excitement
Yeah,
and
yeah,
told her you'll see the results. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to be recognized for what I'm doing
Yeah.
and to find people in my caliber who love sane minds and sane minds that are men, especially. For me, I will emphasize the man part.
Wow, that's also amazing. Thank you for coming through, and thank you so much to the supportive mother that you have, and I believe also your dad is all
Yeah.
the parents at home. They're all supportive. But, mommy, thank you so much. I also say thank you to my mom also. It's supportive also. Yeah. So, I want us to start, but I'll first narrate to you that me doing mental health or doing guidance and counseling on psychology and everything, for me it started way back. I personally, I wanted to commit suicide. That was around when I was going to like Form 5, because life had become so hard and bad for me. I feel like if I leave this planet, that would be the best option, and that would be a life-saving thing I would have done for myself. But later I realized it wasn't important because I wouldn't have even reached here. So I started my podcast basically to motivate, to empower, to give someone courage and to tell them, yes, it's possible. We go through challenges. And I started this podcast to teach people, to show them that depression is there. But how do we go about it? You get, everything is there. And I believe at school, challenges have been there. I want us to start on your journey of your first book. how did it come up, you get, and what transpired for you to write it, and how was the journey of the problem you had that you're going to explain to the people. How did you overcome it? Like in a summarized way, but detailed a bit for them to understand.
Okay, the first book is called Left Alone. Now, uh, coincidentally, Left Alone was not the title I wanted to name the book. But, sorry to rush you through, but
Yeah, it's okay.
Left Alone came as a printing error from the person who was typing. From the person who made the cover, the publisher. The book was called Lonely Walk. And then about 2 days before releasing the book, this guy tells me, man, things have happened, but somehow all the books have Left Alone instead of Lonely Walk. So I was disappointed, but then when I sat down and thought about the story, Left Alone made more sense.
Yeah.
Because this young boy who I was left alone,
Yeah, true.
by the world, unknowingly actually. So I started writing about myself in 2021. That was the peak of COVID. And I started scribbling these things because I lost someone who was very close to me. I lost in my language, from the mountains where I come from, they say Senge. So Senge is a sibling, a sister to your mother or father. Now, this was my best friend. I had never really had good relationships with people, not even with my mother. And she knows that. But I had a good relationship with this person. And then in a few days that year, we got distant. She was this person who I would call every day. You know, it was crazy, a 15-year-old calling a 40-year-old woman to talk about anything. Like, I would tell her, today I'm dressing up in this, and she would be happy. She would call me to tell me,
My girlfriend is disturbing.
yes, she would tell me, now, Kati, who are you talking to today? What are your plans? And that was it. So we got distant because of COVID, and yeah, we were not essential workers. My parents were not essential workers, so the card was hard to get, so we couldn't like move around and go. So we stayed on video calls, calling her, but I think we didn't really understand what she was going through. So slowly we got a bit distant, work became tight, connections got tight, and yeah, the next thing I heard was, Sam, you know what? She's sick. She got yellow eyes, and they say it's dehydration. They spoke some doctor terms I didn't understand to confuse me. So I wasn't really faithful. I would not lie. I didn't really pray when I was back then. So when they told me she was sick, I was like, things happen. She'll be okay, because sickness is not something that shakes me. Now, after her getting sick, I think for about a week, Mom was cold and she needed to go to hospital. So they went to Zambia to treat her. So what was 1 week turned into a month. What was a month turned into 2. And slowly in the 3rd month, I think it was COVID-19. I think the only day I requested to go and see her. And then somehow we failed to go because we got caught up, is the evening. I came back home from playing tough with my friends. And then I had left my phone home. So I find people at home silent. I'm the older brother from my mother. So I found my siblings seated and somber. And I look around, my father is pretending, he's smiling and telling me, hey, have you had a drink? How was the game? And things like that, which is not usual of him. So I realized that the mood in the house was slowing down. And I followed Daddy to the room and asked him what has happened. Usually, I don't think in-laws get along, but my dad and her had really gotten along. So for my father to be that down because of someone he wasn't related to by blood was something that hurt me. So he told me, Sam, she has finally gone. I didn't need to ask who it was,
You knew.
because from the moment I entered, there was something telling me, have you checked on Aunt Grace? Have you called her? Do you know what situation she's in? So when he told me that, I froze. I read out a bit, and first sat, pretended like there was nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So I wasn't called to the burial because it was for my own good, which I only realized now.
At that time you couldn't.
Yeah, at that time they lied to me. They told me, now the space is over in the car. We can't go. If you need to go, you'll have to take public means, which is hard for you. You're young and things like that. So I understood that one, and
You understood it later.
I understood it
Like,
now that I've grown
yeah,
and
yeah,
seen
yeah.
people going through it. So they went to bury her, and in like 2 days, people came back home. People pretended like everything was okay. And now for me, I didn't, you know, I was hardlining. I wasn't touched by then. I think I grew up to realize the theory that it only hurts when you think about it.
Oh yeah.
So by that time, I didn't let it hurt me. As in my mind, I said, she's not my mother. I can see my mother here. I can talk to my mother. But eventually, after like a week, there were no more calls. Like this time, there was no one to call. When I called her line, it would just something
And then
like that.
ends, yeah.
And then that's when it got to my mind. When I called her the first time, it didn't go through. The second time, it went through, and it was a child of hers that picked. I think she's 8 now. So she picked and said, "Mommy is not here. Mommy went to heaven." So from that call, my mind just got, there are a lot of thoughts that came to my mind. The kid said, "Mommy went to heaven," so I actually believed that she wasn't here anymore. Now, personally, I transferred the calls to writing.
Oh yeah.
Like, what I would be telling her is what I started writing. So I started writing a few poems, letters to her, letters about dreams I got. I don't really understand. I didn't believe in the spiritual world a lot. But back home we pray a lot. Like every day we pray. But I didn't believe in spiritual interaction with people who are dead. But personally, whenever it would pain me, I had a spot at home where I would go and sit, and I would write, but my writing would be like a conversation with someone.
Someone, yeah.
I would ask rhetorical questions in my poems, and I would feel the answers coming from up. And there's this one time I sat alone at that place, and this time there was no one answering me. And then slowly in my heart, something kept on telling me, "You're going to be okay. She's okay where she is," something like that. I was encouraging myself. So I grew to understand that people die and people leave us, but it's about how good you tame yourself. Because I used to see ambulances moving, funeral services moving every day, but that sound had never hit like it hit from our gates. That sound didn't attack me. But that day when they told me she was dead, even the police siren made sense. Like every siren I heard, I thought she's the one. I thought maybe she's coming back.
Yeah.
Something like that. So I started writing in a green diary, and I took it to school. By that time I was in my Form 2.
Oh yeah. So now some good years have passed.
Yeah, so now the lockdown kind of jumbled me, so we came back and I was in Form 3. That's 2022. So 2022, things were normal. I think people had moved on, no more COVID, no more stress. And I was normal as well. I'm quite a funny guy. My friends can testify. I'm the jokes guy back there where we come from, but I kept on being the jokes guy until this one time we're in an English lesson, and there's a lady, a teacher in my school, who told us, now there was a lockdown, you people went through a lot, so write about the saddest story you went through. So now, me, I was the hype man in the class. So, and I knew how to write. I was confident about that. So I wrote. And then she's like, Samo, you come and read for us your piece.
Oh.
So everyone was excited to hear what this clown had to say. And
Mm.
then I ended up reading the most depressing story the class had. It like, they told us 100 words, and my 100 words are actually 100 words of pain, because everyone at school thought that woman was my mom. So when I wrote that, the teacher pretended not to be touched. She looked at me and was like, okay, let's give it up. He has given a good presentation. But I saw people's faces change in class. And then in my heart, I was like, I have you where I want. So people's faces changed. It was the last class of the day. So as other people went to dormitories and stuff, there are about 5 people who came to me. I stayed in class and people came to me and like, hey man, was what you said, was what you wrote in the passage true? I was like, yeah, things happen. So this one guy tells me, man, I'm not the right person to tell you, but
Yeah.
things happen. I think you should accept, move on, and things like that. But I had to keep in my character, so I told them, ah man, it's okay. I don't really mind. I don't mind. I'm fine. So I kept on like that, and
How was it at school? You know, you're battling depression and the hidden depression. Was there support for you at school?
now the funny thing is, in boy-oriented schools, no one really cares.
Like
Like
everyone is on
once
their
someone
own.
sees you smiling, they're like, ah, that guy is okay. So even when you're the saddest person in the world, a smile will not fail to come. Like you will look at nature and just smile and be like, even if it's a fake smile, be like, I'm going through this and people are happy. So no one really sat me down to lecture me about depression, because I hid it away from them.
Yeah. So the whole story you're talking about is in the book.
Yeah, it's
I don't want us to give people a lot. They should look for you and get their book.
yeah.
So I want us to go to the part of, yes, now I've realized that, yeah, it's true, I'm going through depression, but how do I overcome it? And at what was that turning point for you to be like, you know what? Yes, I need to understand, because that's grief. The cold
Yeah.
pause, it's grief after you grieve for someone that has died. In those moments when the person is they've died, those early weeks, you pretend that you're fine, not until it hits you. Actually, it doesn't even happen only in death, but also in relationships.
Yeah.
You date someone, and after you break up, you know, you've been used to calling this
Calling
person
them.
daily,
Yeah.
communicating. And yes, for the first one day, you pretend you're fine, not until you realize you cannot call this person anymore to talk to them. And that's the most sad part of it all, that you become depressed. Not until you understand that, yes, this person has left, I have to overcome it. So, what was that turning point for it to be like, yeah, I have to get through this?
The turning point was at school. We lost someone, Abasa. So when this man died, he was the kindest man in the school.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was this guy who would keep you in school even when people were getting chased for fees and stuff. So when he died, I saw the entire school. That the first time I saw a community of about 1,500 people go sad, and genuinely sad. I had total silence in that chapel for about a whole hour. People were traumatized. I saw old men cry. And then in my mind, I said, if everyone grieves like this forever, there won't be a change. So my heart made me accept that, you know what? People actually go. People go until it's yours. Like you'll see people die and you'll be like, rest in peace, sorry for you, until it's yours. So when I saw people grieving for that man, in my heart I just let go of the block in my heart that was keeping me sad. I just said, now I don't think grieving over it is necessary, because if it's like this, every person I lose will affect me this much. So I left that. And then in my Form 4, a year after 2020 to 2023, that was the actual turning point. I switched dormitories and went to a dormitory of a fellow funny man. he you know, when we switched dormitories and I went to his dormitory, people told me, you're gone.
You
Forget your
come
name
with
for
them.
yourself. Yeah. People told me, for you, man, prepare to repeat. Because this guy is actually he was bad company. And he knows it. He's called Ryan. He left the country, but he also knows I'm here, by the way.
Oh.
I told him I'm going to narrate about us. So Ryan told me, man, don't go back to your house. Your house is a chicken house. You come to my house. I have a bed for you. So when I went to Ryan's house, he had chased the person who was
Oh.
sleeping on the bed and then told them, go and find yourself elsewhere. I want my boy here. So when I came, of course I still had like the sleepless nights, crying a bit, until one day this guy phoned me crying at about 2 a.m. And then he told me, what's up? Have you lost money? Have you lost what? And then I tell him the story. So this guy told me, man, you're grieving over someone dying. I was like, yeah. And he's like, you have a point. It's okay to cry over someone who has died. But I don't think you crying out to everyone is necessary. So he sat me down and told me, I have a friend who killed his brother. They were walking, going to the barber to get a cut. And then after the cut, he was excited, you know, P7 vacation. He has earphones in his ears, loud music. So he's holding this kid's hand. And they're crossing the road. He releases the kid to change a song on the phone.
Oh, God.
And the next thing he realizes is there's noise around him. Everyone is looking at him. So he looks back and the kid is down and gone, like on spot. Gone on spot in a place where his father was famous. So everyone like ran up to them, tried to help the kid, and it was no more. So his father got furious and hated him a lot. He hated him a lot to the extent that everything was handled by the mom, no school fees, no nothing. He said, this kid is a murderer. So he told me, you're crying over losing someone. My boy is crying to at least not be the reason his brother died. Like he's crying to at least be in a place where he lost his brother, but not being the cause. I think you should be happy for yourself. So when he told me that, I didn't really take it serious. He sounded like someone who was fooling me and just consoling me. But I realized this was the truth. So I resumed writing. I resumed writing in my green diary, and this time it took me about 20 nights, 20 night preps in my high school. 20 night preps. I sacrificed my 20 night preps in that term and wrote.
Oh, yeah.
Like I wrote the story, the actual story of how everyone ignored me when she left and how I was battling it. So on that, I put it in a book. I left my notes in that book and kept it. So we come back for Form 5, and I was part of prom organizations.
Oh.
I was a big dog, by the way. So
I
was.
Oh, you've been a big dog.
Yes,
Okay.
I've been now that I've left. So I was part of prom organizations.
Yeah.
And in like single school, we have this thing. It's not called prom, it's called sosh.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sure.
you exchange with like a girls' school. So I was in charge. I was like the top 4 people who were organizing from the boys' side. And then there's this day I left my diary in my locker. We went to discuss prom, and someone came and checked my diary to find out the secrets about prom. So he had come to like see what we were cooking, and then ended up reading the most traumatizing story of his life. So when we came back, he told me, I don't care what you think, but this book is getting released this year. So I told him, what do you mean? Then he told me, say no
Read
more.
the book.
He told me, so now tell me, what's this? Who is this? So I told him, then he told me, this year, let's get a date, and this book has to be released. So he motivated me and told me everything is getting down. People have to know this. Because he's also quite a funny person. He didn't really have a sad story, but he had the words of encouragement to a sad person. So he told me, bro, I've been seeing you happy and I didn't know a man could ever be this sad. So he motivated me a lot, and I think he read that in term 3, and he told me, whatever happens, this book has to be released. So he gave me the stepping stone, connected me to the publisher, and in about 5 days,
The book
was done. And then he told me, now we are both financially unstable. What are we going to do for this book to be out? And yeah, like I said, I'm not really a person who used to kneel down and pray, because I have parents who pray for everything that I tell them. I would tell my mother I have an itching on my hand, and she would say, now let's first pray for this whole day so that your hand heals. So there are those kinds of parents. So for me, every problem would be a mommy problem. Like, I don't have money, I have this problem, mommy, my hand is paining. It's like, that's the devil. That's the
When
devil.
people conclude that your mom is boy?
Yeah, because my mom is I think being her firstborn and being a boy child
Oh yeah.
gives her like the liberty to understand
Oh,
the
yeah.
gender.
Okay.
So every time I found a problem, mommy would be the solution. So now, mommy has been there, but I couldn't tell her this time because she didn't know that story.
So where did you get the money from?
I'm coming there.
Okay.
So I had given up. Now this guy forced me to printing a poster to announce the book launch, 4th January. We launched the first book this year, not last year. So he said 4th January 2025, there's nothing coming in our way. So we announced a book launch without having a venue, without having anything, no money, no nothing. And I think we announced the book launch on 30th December 2024.
30th.
30th.
Those were like 1 to
5 days.
6 days to
Yes.
the.
So then he told me, now we are going for the real strike. We are looking for people to give us the money. So I told him, man, if it's looking for people, I'm not like you. So we look around. And then I think there is no one who can come into God's plan. I'm a poet under a poetry association called Lado Poetry House.
Yeah.
So I went one time and performed. During those days, I went and performed on stage. And I'm quite shy, so when I performed, the man in charge called me. He's called Mark Gordon. Mark Gordon called me and told me, now, do you...
Mark Gordon of Ebons? Oh,
No.
this is a different person.
Yeah, he's someone different. So he told me, but you guy, every time you step on this stage, you're telling sad stories. What happened? So I tell him, man, that's my humor. I find it interesting to trigger people's sanity. So he was like, oh, okay, that's good. And then he told me, I have a friend who wrote a book, and I helped her a lot. We got her a venue. So when he said venue, I said, no, venue?
This is what I was looking for.
First. Then he was like, yeah, I have associations with many friends who love mental health, and they give me free venues. So I told him, now, let me break the ice for you. I wrote a book actually, and I have no venue, but the book launch is on 4th January. He told me, we left the show, and he told me, sit, we go. Immediately we went to the venue, we met the man, and the man is an Indian. So when he saw me and he asked me, how old are you? I said, I'm 18. He said, you're 18 and you're writing a book. And he told me, I've been writing my biography for 4 years and I've not finished. And you are writing a book at 18.
Yeah.
He just told me, please, whenever you want to release a book, this is home. So he told me, tell me what you need from me, be it seats, be it what, I'll provide. And that's how the sound came, the seats came, the venue came, the light came, the photography. In one day, I had everything from one performance and one chat with a person.
Yeah.
So I went back and called my friend and told him, I'm going to tell you the most messed stuff you've ever had. But the thing stands on 4th. We shall have the book launch, and it's at this place. Everything is cleared. So after that, I had now to take on the challenge of telling my parents. First of all, my dad is not a reader, and he's a traditional man. So there is no way you're going to tell a traditional man that you wrote a book about boys crying. He would kill me. So I told my mom, I have this book I've been working on, and I think you would like it. So she told me, now, what are you writing about this time? Cartoons, video games? That's your humor. What are you writing about? So I told her, I'll bring for you the book and you see. My mom read it. And then when I returned home, she told me, don't do anything, just sit there. Tell me what happened. I was like, now, mommy, these are just stories I've compiled to tell people, to motivate them. And she's like, I read the whole book, and the things you're discussing are things I've seen you do, so you're not lying. So that's when I opened up to her and told her everything. So now the next task was to tell daddy, and the traditional man that he is, we had to first get him in a good mood. A day when he was smiling. Meanwhile, that's 2 days before the book launch. So, and then we tell him, now, Sam is releasing a book by the... And then he says, okay, good for him. I'm like, So like, and it's about mental health. Like, mental health what? You're writing psychology? I tell him, no. I'm writing about some stories about depression. And he's like, okay, your friends will love it. Go on. So I said, I'm inviting him. So you're inviting me to your comic stories of underage boys. So I told him no. So we gave him a sample of the book, and he read. The books have the epilogue. So he read the epilogue, and after reading it, he told me, I'll be there. He told me, I want to know what forced you to write this book.
Yeah.
So I lied to him that it was about a friend. And he was like, I want to see that friend. I want to know what he went through. Now, little did he know that the friend he was going to look for was
It's the
me.
son.
So my mom told me, I'll handle that one. I'll talk to him and he will understand. So we went on, and on the day of the book launch, he had understood. So that day, I had planned for about 70 people. And I think on the day of the book launch, I had a lot of stress to handle the people who had come than people who hadn't. In organization, you plan for fewer people. So now you plan for fewer people, but you expect
A lot.
more.
Yeah.
Now for me, I planned for less and expected less. Now that day, the show was supposed to start at 3:30. At 3, there was no one at the venue.
Oh God.
No, definitely no one. Like, it was me and about 4 friends who were organizing. I said, now, this is shame. Because
You should call it shaggy.
the girls in my life knew.
Yeah.
So I had invited everyone, and then I've told these girls, by the way, guys, I'm a writer, and you'll see me on TV sometime.
Oh.
And everyone was excited. They kept on calling me, I hope you're having a good day. Couple of them. So 3:30, by 3, no one is there. I was so scared that I didn't even call people. I couldn't call them to ask,
Are you coming?
where are you? Please come. Please come and be there for me. So I just went and hid in the car, and I said, now, everything left is for God. I dressed up, I sat and put my head down, and I just waited for someone to call me and tell me, man, it's 9 p.m. The day is done, let's go home. And then I left like the team inside the
hall.
restaurant,
Yeah, the restaurant.
preparing. So I kept on like texting them and asking how many people are there. Like, I'm now seeing 2 people have sat, so I think that's a good start. I said, what do you mean a good start? 2 people. I planned for 70. And from home, I had only invited my mom, my auntie, and my dad. So I expected 3 people.
That make it at least 5.
Yeah, so now I was like, okay, let's count our 5 people. At 4, I think 350, between 350 and 4, because the last time I called at the venue, I called a friend called Darren and told him, the next time I call you, if it's bad news, don't pick up my phone. So I called him at 350 and told him that. So at 4, I called and asked, at least tell me we're 20 people. Then he told me, I think your father has brought a whole coaster of people to see you. I was like, what do you mean?
Wow.
Then he's like, now listen, on top of your father bringing people, I don't know if boys are bored, but the room has about 80 people right now.
Oh, God.
I I couldn't cry because crying is a weakness actually, even if you're sad or happy. So I tried to like maintain myself and be composed. And I was like, now, what am I going to tell these people? I'm still inside the car. I told him, okay, now if there are those many people, let's start the show. I'm still inside the car, and then he calls again and tells me, man, I didn't really know you have girls in your life, but the women are here. I stood up.
The big dogs.
I stood up. I told him, now I'm coming. I'm on my way. Give me 10 minutes. I'll be at the venue. So, you know, Snapchat is like a hack. So people were on Snap and sending. I'm like, even you at my show? Like, yeah, I saw the poster and why not? Like, even you. So even the people I always wanted to talk to were there. So I was like, now, this is my day. So I came for the book launch, to launch the book, but also to show the people that I had crushes on that now I'm that guy. So, you know, it was like all a miracle. You know, the fantasies of being.
I know.
I mean, I'm a teenager, so I'm 18. My mom has never had me in an argument about a girl, so she was probably worried. So,
That the sun might.
yes, because every time she would be like, but you boy, I see your friends on calls with their friends. People be going out and taking pictures with girls. You only send me pictures with boys. It's just like, mommy, things are not easy. So that day,
Was time to show off.
I actually wanted to show her that now the girls are here. So I found everyone seated.
Yeah.
And you know this feeling that you have when you're the big dog at the show.
I'm telling you.
I listened to a lot of Joshua Baraka music, and by that time there was an album that an EP called Recess,
Yeah, this is, yeah.
and there's a song called Scared. So that was the song. People, there are a lot of fantasies growing up. There are a lot of fantasies as a teenager. So I told these guys, man, when I'm entering, I want you to play that song so that it captures the attention of the girls, and like everyone in the room will be vibing to the song as I come in, and then our edit for that day will be crazy.
Yeah.
So when I was arriving, they actually played the song. Don't tell anybody I'm scared. I'm feeling okay. I wonder if I'm really okay till I show up. And then the MC is like, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome some more. And people were many, to the extent we had to get seats to cover the remaining spaces.
Okay.
So when I arrived, I went straight to stage. Now, I didn't have, personally, I'm not that connected as a person, but I have people who are connected, like around me. So that day we didn't plan for a chief guest because I didn't really know how book launches run. I'm not a reader. That's for courtesy. I just write. So you would probably find me on the road and ask me, what did you write about on this page? And I tell you, now, what's that? So when I arrived, they told me, now run us through the book. I ran them through. And then they're like, okay, now we're going into a break for the author to sign books. So as I was signing, the MC announces, now the chief guest wants to say something. I'm like,
Who is the chief
what
guest?
do you mean a chief guest? And then there's a grown woman who stands up and introduces herself. I'm a senior member in the Electoral Commission. I am a senior counselor. I graduated in this and this. I am in Uganda Counseling Institute. I was like, now, who invited her? And they told me, your family came with her. So I was like, good, good. So as I was signing the books, like I had this whole, you know, that the night before the book launch, we had a scheme drawn out.
Yeah.
Like people have to line up to get your signature, and we have to get those pictures. You know, to like get the crazy views. So people actually lined up. Grown people lined up. Like my father, who is the most proud man I know in the world, stood in a line behind teenagers
to get a
to
signature.
get my signature. And I looked at him with like this eye of, yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually me. So I signed for people. And then personally, during the book launch, the people alone coming was enough. I didn't care about how much we made from the book. But, people coming to recognize you was enough. Like, I was like, now here, even if I've made no money, people have my book. People have appreciated what I've written. But I was in debt with the publisher, so I had to put that at the back of my mind. So people lined up and signed. Now, they started asking, now we're going to move around. Everyone who has a book, you pay. You guys, I had crazy amounts being said in that room, to the extent I felt like I would lend my parents money to organize an anniversary. People, my age mates, but I'm stingy, I won't lie. My age mates were saying, I'm buying the book at 50K. And I was like, what do you mean 50K? Do you know 50K? That's a bag of cement. And people were buying, but I had to keep myself composed. And the chief guest stands up and says, now for me, I'm not really a reader, but I think I'll buy the book for, I think she said she would buy 50 copies in one. So she would pay for 50 copies, but take one.
Take one book.
I said, now close this show. This is done. Surprises weren't done. At the end of the show, I got a bit emotional because, man, all those people coming through, my young brother came and told me, Sam, I didn't know people would ever celebrate you like this. Like, what do you mean? I've seen people come to see you. Okay, he said it in that way of, man, you're not a responsible guy. Why are people coming to see you in ties? No, why is someone coming from their office to come and watch you? It's like, man, I don't know. So after that day,
So literally the book launch was a success.
yeah, it was kind of a miracle.
Yeah.
It was, success is after hard work. The book launch wasn't hard work. My hard work was getting the girls. My hard work was getting the girls to know that this guy is now there. The crazy story is, me writing Left Alone was to gain myself like the recognition. However, from the advocate's side point of view, it was to like help people understand mental health.
Yeah.
But from me now, the romance point of view, the book launch was just to bring me out to society. Like, the trend is people reposting your post on Instagram and saying, Timaka has a book launch. Those are the things I thought about. Like, I was like, 150 people have reposted my work. 79 of them are girls. I've won. Like, you can't say anything to me. So the thing is, that book launch, I wouldn't really mind who came.
So as long as you got the girls.
As long as I got the girls and like my okay, the girls is like an additional factor, but my friends to be there and like really appreciate me was mad. So
Okay, I'm sorry. I want to cut you short. You're talking about the girls. You go to the broken pieces. We have a lot to talk about, but we are just going to run through everything.
yeah,
But I believe next time we are going to go deep down in details. Slowly, we shall keep hosting him and bringing him.
yeah,
He's talking about girls who, okay, for us this side we call them women.
yeah.
This is broken pieces. It's about relationship. But if I go that side, about the book of Samuel, his first book, one thing I want to tell you is, people, let's be intentional. Let's check on people. Ask how someone is. And when you're asking, don't ask for the sake of, how are you? Try to understand. People are smiling, people are happy, but they're going through a lot. Because I was also like you. I'll be at school laughing, happy, but I was depressed down there. So not everyone who's laughing, not everyone who's happy is okay. Actually, the saying is that those happy people are the most sad people.
Sad people, yeah.
Please check on them, be intentional, you get. Also, a person who's going through this, understand you're not alone. People are there. Try to open up to people who are intentional also. Don't just open up to everyone. Not everyone is there to listen to your problems. People are there to laugh at your problems. So be intentional and question and ask for help from, because you will sit in it alone. Not everyone has the same courage as someone here to go through it and battle it. Many have committed suicide, many have died because of failing to go through everything. But Samuel seems to be a man of women. We have our book here, Broken Pieces. It's about relationships.
Yeah.
He's going to just give us a small narration of the book, and then we understand. We get. Yeah, so let's get into the book. Samuel, Broken Pieces.
Okay.
Someone's heart was shattered in
Okay.
pieces.
First of all, my mother is going to see this,
Yeah.
so she'll probably be shocked by the person who is speaking.
Yeah.
Now, Broken Pieces, yeah, it's about relationship,
Oh yeah.
but I side a lot in mental health, so it's about relationship, but in a mental health way.
Oh yeah.
So it's not really broken pieces as in someone's heart got broken, but the book has 4 chapters: broken pieces of love,
Oh yeah.
of pain, suicide notes you never got, and written hugs. Now, to break them down, broken pieces of love are pieces I wrote when I was actually a lover boy. Like, the crazy teenage lover boy. I'm not saying like I was in a relationship, but you know how you observe a situation and you say, now, if I was with this person,
Yeah.
this is what I would write about them. Broken pieces of pain are about an ex. Yeah, an ex. Uh, an ex. Okay, I write about people's stories. So that's
So this book, is it about you or it's someone else?
the broken pieces of love, I'll
About
repeat,
you.
are about me, the lover boy who I am. And
You're a lover boy.
no, in writing, not in character. So,
Women are going to run away from you.
no. There's not many men who can write you a book of poems. So if I can write that, they have the right to stay. But broken pieces, the suicide notes were
Yeah.
actually suicide notes.
Yeah.
On the sad part, there were suicide notes I wrote when I was going down. You told me not to give people a sneak peek of Left Alone.
Yeah.
That's why I skipped it. But I did tablets thrice, and on all those 3 occasions they failed.
You wanted to kill yourself.
Yeah, that's when I accepted that I'm made for this world. I did them the first time and I slept. I woke up. It was still dark, so I thought I had reached where I was supposed to go. I thought I was in purgatory or something. Because like I woke up expecting to see fire. My mom told me if you kill yourself, you go to hell. I didn't see fire. So when I saw dark things,
You're like, okay.
I was like, now I'm in purgatory. I can go to heaven. Until I had the house captain knocking on the door and saying, guys, wake up. I said, what's this? The second time,
Yeah.
I did them from home. Here, I took them, I think overdosed them. I'm not sure if they were fake or it was just God's working, but I took them and I expected to be gone in about 30 minutes. Trust me, in 30 minutes, I was more energized than ever. I just
They gave you an energy booster.
I just accepted and went to play football
Yeah.
because that wasn't my thing. The next time, I kind of tried to cut myself.
Oh, okay.
Think can disappear a bit, but I wasn't that courageous. So when I tried and it pained, I said, man, let me stay alive. So yeah, now those suicide notes are actually suicide notes. Written hugs are poems I've written to the people who have been there in my mental journey, people who have stood there for me, people who have, given me the support. And broken pieces of pain, I've said that they are about an ex. And personally, my advice to the teenager, because this is like advice to the teenager and like the young youth. No, it's not good for someone younger than you to advise you, but especially about relationships. But from like the little experience I have and the fiction that I have in my mind, I think I could create the most romantic love story. So I have all the advice about breakups and how you can come back from them.
I'm also listening.
And then how you can go back and hurt your ex. So now
Yeah.
I wrote about them. So broken pieces of love. I'll confess, I kind of had a relationship. I think that's okay. I'm above 18 now.
Yeah,
I'm
yes,
9.
fair.
I'm making 20.
Mhm.
So I was in a relationship, and then it was full of loving hate. But I'm a toxic person back home. I don't have good relationships with my family members. My mom is my friend, but the days she wakes up and I don't want to say a word to her, and I'll just look at her. And I think she grew up to understand because my dad is not that different. He's not the romantic person. So his romantic words are fierce words. He will say, "We are going out today." You don't tell him if you have plans or anything. He will say, "We are going."
Going out.
He will tell you, "I bought this cloth for you." Now that's my mom's view. He will tell you, "I bought this." If it's ugly, he doesn't care. You will wear it. But that's his romance. So this man told me, like one day I told him, "But you guy, how did you manage to get married if this is how you behave?" Then he told me, "I'm just trying to be a better person
That's your
than I
dad?
was raised." Yeah.
Oh,
He told me, back then in our years in the 60s, there was no love. Like they would organize marriages and say, this one is going to get married to this one when you're born.
mm.
Now for me, I'm trying to love a woman in my own way. Like I'm trying to be romantic, and that's rude romance. So I had that talk with him, and after that talk with my dad, I that's when I decided to write Broken Pieces. So I was in this relationship where, for courtesy, it was this year. So the
You
moment
were in that relationship.
no,
So it means you're no longer.
no, I'm coming there. The
Okay.
moment I reached 18, I had to explore what relationships were.
Oh, yeah.
Because now it was overwhelming for my mom. My mom was like, "But at least have some girlfriends. Like not a girlfriend, but like have a friend who's a girl." She's like, you're about to see the best of me. You just wait."
I'm going to show you.
I got into a relationship the first time. It was crazy because I went to do poetry. Poetry is a blessing, guys. If you have a talent, embrace it.
I'm going to learn, I'm telling
If
you.
you're a swimmer,
Hey.
go and swim. You will find your soulmate there. I went to perform at a show. Guys, I was in the ugliest show mankind has ever seen. I went to this show where there were kids who were, you know, when we were coming here, he told me about calibers of schools.
Yeah,
I will not
no.
go deep into that
Yeah,
because
it's
now
okay.
I'm in the outside world. Now there were guys in that caliber of schools, like the one I was from.
Mhm.
So it was like kind of a donation. It was a fundraiser. So they called me to perform. Guys were paying, we fundraise for the needy children. I was in my white shirt. It was very good looking, and checked trousers. I remember that outfit a lot because it contributed a lot to this book. And a very ugly brown shoe that I bought that morning. The shoe was so ugly that was the first thing someone saw from me. Personally, I have social anxiety, so I can't go to a place without knowing someone.
Oh, yeah.
So I called a friend and I told him, "Man, we're in Tinder and we have this fundraiser, just come." So he came. And then he told me, "Bro, what are you wearing down there? You've killed our aura." I tell him, "Man, things are not easy." So we sat, and after performing, I moved out because I didn't really want to interact with anyone. So we had to wait for the end of the day. And yeah, I didn't mention, I had girlfriends, but they were online girlfriends, like friends who are girls. So they were online. So like that was the first day I had to see some of them. Now my shy self couldn't approach first. So,
You wanted him to approach?
yeah, I sat outside alone. Yeah, they were courageous and they came and told me, "How are you?" Stuff like that. Now they
But
came
of
with
course, you're a big dog, so they have to.
I wasn't where I was back then. So they came with this friend of theirs. And to be honest with you, when I saw her, I said, "I'm living with this one's number." Now, I couldn't live with her number. Why? My phone was bad. You know those phones that pop out the battery when it falls down. So I when you
But
go to,
it's a phone.
yeah, I understand. You only understand that when you mature.
Oh, yeah.
But when I was in that place, I said, "To hell with anyone
I
seeing me
can't
with
pull
this
out
thing."
this thing to
My
get.
boys used to call it a power bank. I was like, "Boss." So I kept it in my pocket. So she came. Yeah, she was passing by and it was time for taking pictures. And to be honest, I had never been in such a situation of being close to those many girls, women, in like being free. I would be close to them, but I would be silent. So we're taking pictures. And then my friends told me we should take pictures together. So certainly she was in their friend group, so I had to come and take pictures with them. You don't know how much I was trembling. Now, by this time, we had invited a third friend because even the friend I invited was shy. So we had to bring the man who would suit us, who knew how to talk to the ladies. So he came and he was like the hype guy. He says, we take pictures.
The help
I was
guys, that's our man in our circle, myself.
So, so we take pictures. And then the guy tells me, but bro, have you seen this girl? Like, I've seen. Now what should I do? And he's like, let me show you how it's done. He approaches her. So like when he approached her, I accepted that I had lost the fight.
Yeah.
We made a bet. We're like, whoever talks to her first, I leave you. So he approached her. They had a good time. They talked. But now,
But deep down, you
no, it wasn't paining me because I didn't even have what to tell her. So I was like, man, you've saved me the burden. Now, when they were leaving, she got picked up by her brothers. And she came to say bye. And she shook everyone else's hand. And then came and hugged me.
Oh.
I
Eh.
said, I looked at my guy and told him. So when she came to hug us, she was like, guys, put your Instagrams. And I put my account was on 120 followers. She had about 700. I said, now, how is a man supposed to do this? And then my friend had 1,500 followers. And look at the guy I was competing with. I have 120, he has 1,500.
and that's what girls consider.
No, it's
And
that's what
no,
that's
in-
what the young us thought
Yeah,
girls
yeah, yeah,
consider.
yeah.
So and then she was like, can I give you my number? I said, no, my phone is out of battery. But I knew the problem. My friend had an iPhone 12 in Form 4 back, so he was the guy. So he put his. I was like,
Why wouldn't you say take my number?
no, she did. She did eventually. I told
oh.
her my phone has battery. And she's like, it's okay. I can take yours.
Oh,
So I took, and then she saved it. I don't know how. So when we went home, after charging my power bank, I get online, and then she's like, I hope you reached home safe. I'm like, yeah. It was a good day. Nice to meet people like you. Meanwhile, I was getting these lines from Instagram Reels. There's a guy called Trey Rich who gives guys
yeah, lines to use.
to use. Now, those are the lines I was using. So the stupidest line.
But you're a person who writes. How do you...
Yeah, I write about them, but I can't express myself.
Oh, yeah.
So the first stupid line I told her was, now, what are your insecurities? Because the guy had said, that's, you get a deep conversation from any girl when you say that. And she told me, my insecurities, she mentioned them, but via text. So the guy said, if you drop that line, she will call you. She didn't call me. I said, no, we're done. So then she tells me, oh man, I'm here walking. I'm going to get a drink. So I'm like, you're going to get a drink in London? He's like, yeah, my place is not really that rural, so no one will like attack me or something. So I'm like, where? And then she mentions a place that's 3K border away from my home.
Oh, yeah.
I said, now if I whiz this one, who is going to take her on? My friend stays in Ginger and Tinder. So the distance is like 20K going,
Yeah.
going, 10K going and 10K coming back. So now I called the guy. We had this man talk where I told him, now, you know what?
Forget.
You've lost her. Because she stays near me.
So,
So he's like, man. he accepted. He told me, no, that the time is yours. Now, meanwhile, he accepted me to take her because he had realized the one I had a crush on at first stayed near him. I don't know how funny that is or how much of a coincidence that is. Now, he just told me, by the way, I just want you to do me one favor. Stop talking to the other one. I said, it's okay. I have what I want. So in about 3 days, we got together. That's how fast it was.
Oh, yeah.
Because like me, I didn't know these things of talking stage. Now going out, my father has never introduced me to such things. Besides, when my mother was telling me about their courtship, she told me This is a guy who would never tell you, you know what, we should go and eat out. No. He would call and be like, I hope you're fine. What do you love eating? And then he buys it for you. So I was kind of groomed into that man. So yeah, things happened like that. And during that time, I was, you know, I would write these poems, but I wouldn't give them to her because I didn't want to look like I was helpless. So I would write them. Then I was like, man, maybe one day I'll get the courage to send them, but I eventually didn't. Now,
So
that's how Broken Pieces of Love came.
that here.
Yeah, here. This
whole
book
book,
is
yeah, yeah.
about relationship. Now, the Broken Pieces of Love are. It's funny because the first part is written about my ex, the first one,
Yeah.
from the stage in My Ugly Shoe. Then the second part is about my mom. Like, I imagined the things she has done and they were worth writing about. Now, the third part is about this year. I got into a relationship this year from my magical one that I thought was going to last from Instagram Reels. It ended. So I got
So the
into
relationship didn't. How long did it go?
for a year.
Wow, that's also good.
Yeah, I think she persisted a lot and she had
You were the issue.
I was totally.
Gosh.
She had to withstand a lot.
And we are sorry. We are going to groom this man. Eh?
She had to withstand a lot
I
because
hope she's going to watch.
she definitely one of my biggest fans. Massive respect. And yeah, and I was growing into the man.
There's something fishy.
No, I was growing into the man my father is because
Yeah.
my father is a guy who will not show anyone he cares, but yet he actually cares. Like you call him and tell him, Daddy, I'm broke, and then he tells you, you are a man, you're supposed to work. And then he calls you like after 2 hours and says, how much did you want? And then he sends you the money and follows it with abuses. You're useless. You should work for yourself. Your friends are there making money. You're like, okay. But you will know he will do it. Even when I call him at the worst time, call him at midnight and tell him, so Daddy, I had gone to a party and I'm stuck. He's like, don't come back to my house. And then he sends you the transport to come back to his house.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the kind of man I was in the relationship, the kind of boy I was in the relationship. So she took on a lot.
But are you still carrying the same characters, or you're working
No.
on
I
yourself
think
to better up?
the more I wrote is the more I grew up. I
I
matured as I wrote. So then when we separated, it was kind of hard. Like, who are these people a lot of people knew about? So my circle, my friends are like, bro, what happened? Who was the problem? And then me, I kept on hiding away from it. I didn't want to talk about it. So quickly I had to shift. So, you know, when you're growing up, I'm still growing up, but like in your teenagers, you guys have like forgotten because that's like a little while back. Now for me, I'm fresh in the experience. So in your teenagers, you want to prove that, you know, it didn't affect you.
Oh,
So-
yeah. That's
so
the
now,
challenge, yeah.
me, I was on the streak of becoming famous among my friends. Like this guy writes. I forgot to tell you that the day of my success, the day I had a successful book launch, was the day we ended.
The relationship.
Crazy.
Wow. Sorry, I'm supposed to
I-
use those words.
That night, she called and she told me, my mom is not home, you should come and visit. I carried books for everyone at her place. I carried copies for everyone, there were about 6.
Apart from her.
No, even her, I carried for them. Meanwhile, the book was at 30K, so that's 180K. I was 18 by then. That 180,000 could buy me 2 pairs of sneakers. 180,000 would take me out on a corporate date with a girl I wanted. I took the books there. And then she tells me, I hate to break it to you, but I think I've held in enough. I said, wow. Meanwhile, everyone at home was happy. The boy is becoming great. He has made a book launch.
This side
I go
things are
back home,
breaking.
people are celebrating me. There was even cake. Family members came to celebrate. I just cut the cake and swallowed it with pain. Because I was like, man.
But we can apologize to her.
No, it's fine, it's fine. We're good friends now.
So are you planning on
No,
rebuilding the journey back to, or you already have someone else?
No.
Not yet.
No. I'm not have to lock in.
Me, I'm going to speak on his behalf. I'm a professional counselor. From what he's saying, you are a good friend. I don't know your name, but please, rethink about our man. He has
No, no,
changed.
no, 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 no. They told me when you're going to campus, you have to be focused. So
Will I do now?
I'm going with a focused mind.
But with her also, is she also going to campus?
Yes, yes, she will join campus.
Oh, you see,
So
God is planning
no,
something.
no, no.
There. It's okay. It's okay. I'm
I
just
love
joking.
I love to risk. Anyway, whatever
Yeah.
is in
Okay.
stock for us.
Yeah.
So when that ended, I was down. Now, the reason that was the first segment of Broken Pieces, the first segment of Broken Pieces of Love. Now, the second one I got into was, I think, in May. I think I'm oversharing, but that's the whole point. The oversharing makes the most sense.
Oh yeah.
So, in May, now, I told you I'm not good with physical interaction. I wasn't good with physical interactions. So, Instagram is a hack. You guys, Instagram and Snapchat are a very big hack because you can get anyone to think you're very social through your texts and chats. So there's this person I was following a lot, and she certainly was friends to my home girls. I hope you know what that means, like my
Yeah.
friends, girls in my circle. So I had seen her around for a while, her posts and stuff. So I was like, I would tell my girls, "Ah, man, why don't you give me the girl's number? What's the problem?" I would make efforts to come for events she would come to, and then they tell me she has left. So I was like, now what's happening? So prom was this year in Feb. Now, in Feb, she was in a class lower than me, particularly in I think current candidates now. You guys were going to be candidates. So yeah, obviously we had prom and I had to post the pictures. So I posted the pictures and she was in vacation, and then she tells me, I didn't know you look this good.
Oh.
I I had to show the boys. I told them, guys, you come and see, come and
Hey,
see,
come and witness.
and they knew that I was like stalking her for a while. So like when they saw that, like, hey man, your time has come.
Gunshine.
Yeah, and you know you have this thing in boys where you lose one and then they tell you there's fish in the sea. So this boy of mine told me, I told you there's fish in the sea. Now you've gotten the real fish. So so yeah, we talked, and then in the holiday, I think things moved on fast. She had like known my intentions for a while, and yeah, didn't really give me hard time. Now, during that entire situation, I wasn't getting, I said I was toxic, but when toxic meets a more toxic
Oh
person,
God.
you feel undermined. So I felt like I'm now losing
That's
it.
like a game of egoism.
Yeah, and I don't have ego, but it's like pride.
Yeah, that's it. Like pride. You've been in a situation whereby no one wants to say sorry.
Yeah,
No one wants to believe they're
they're
in
wrong.
wrong.
And for me,
That's
I
it.
had never made the first move in my life. So now I found this person where I had to make the first move. I had to be the one to call. I said, what's this?
But that's what you're supposed to do as a man. Okay,
Uh,
not as a man, but in a relationship, everyone is supposed to do the first move.
so now
Eh,
that's where I started writing the poems, the last segment of them. Like, I don't know, I could open like a page for you, and
yeah,
I try to read for you.
yeah. As,
Guys, it was crazy.
as we are coming to a close, yeah, you can get that page and we
Okay.
see.
I, I,
Or you remember off head.
yeah, I can remember them. So I wrote these poems, like thinking about how I was losing myself over a girl. And my brothers used to tell me, women, you can find any on the road. They'll come for you. So I was losing myself, and I started to write these pieces. Meanwhile, she was very toxic. I don't know if she was doing it because she didn't want a relationship. I certainly don't care. But that don't no, it's not that deep.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I couldn't hold it any longer. So
You had
as
to
I
let
was
go.
concluding the book, she made the first move to release. So, but the second time a woman leaving me, the men must be disappointed. but, but yeah, she made the first move and
No.
told me, I'm, 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 I'm not good with these things. I can't be there for someone and stuff like that. Now, that day she told me that it was recently. That's the day he met me.
Him.
Yeah, that's the day he met me.
So I'm here with a person who's nursing a heartbreak. Eh?
No.
Kinda.
Okay. That day, we were in the workshop training, and then one of the bosses introduces me and says, "This boy writes and stuff." Now, guys were praising me, but in the midst of me giving my speech, I opened my chat, and then she was telling me, "I don't think we can do this anymore." But I couldn't freeze because I was talking to people. So my heart first juggled a bit. I was like, wow, I'm cooked. So I pretended around, got to meet a lot of people. So that day he came and told me, I think you should hop onto this thing. He didn't know poor guy was going through a lot. So yeah, I let go of it a bit. And the funny thing is, this book has been written in less than 10 days.
Oh.
Someone told me, if you're a musician, there's an artist called Bruno Mars. Whenever Bruno Mars gets heartbroken, he drops the best music. So when I told it, no, guys,
I
guys
know where
have
you're
to
getting.
guys have to learn to appreciate the boys, because like when I told my boy, I called him and told him, now the ship has sunk, things are falling apart. He tells me, I was waiting for this. Now do the Bruno Mars drop. So he told me, now I'm going to be pushing you, drop. So I started writing with that thought of, when you get heartbroken, you drop the best of yourself. So I started writing, and
And that's how this
the
came.
broken pieces of pain came about me being confused, being hurt, and yeah, maybe a few about the first one from my old shoes, and about how I wanted her back and stuff, and how I knew we were in like a different situation. So it was
Oh.
like an encouragement to guys, don't feel less of yourself. Some poems about my friends being down, being depressed from relationship, and I just honestly told them, you'll find somewhere where your heart is comfortable. You don't need to hop onto someone every
Yeah.
now and then. You'll be comfortable. Just be happy with yourself, because I think what 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 messed with my mind a lot was, I was jumping and like I didn't know what I was looking for. I was excited to find that teenage thrill, not to actually settle with my heart. So anyway, I fulfilled my mom's desire of me at least having some girls in my life.
Yeah. But also your desire, not your mom's only.
No, I was doing it for her. I wasn't into the girls.
Anyway, this is so amazing, Samuel.
Yeah.
Me, what I've understood from Samuel's sad stories, let's call them sad stories. He wants to show you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. About everything that happens, the bad things that happen in life, the heartbreaks and everything. He's trying to bring hope. He's trying to bring, it's just bringing life. So I believe if you read these books, this one and his first book, you're going to be blessed and you're going to be, he just wants to intrigue your sanity, to understand that yes, there's life about everything that happens in life. Someone is here is going to tell us. I know we have a lot we're supposed to talk about. We're supposed to talk about the mental health journey and everything. But I believe in the next episodes, we're going to talk about mental health. But today was more about himself, talking about the books and everything, because we didn't even know where schools and what, but he's going to share everything when he comes back onto the episode. But now I want you to get this book. You're a man outside there. Yes, is working on himself to be a better man, to be a good one. And we have understood a lot. Yeah, but I will continue to emphasize, please, mental health is key. Let's be intentional. Let's check on our people. Let's ask them, how are they, you know, for the betterment of ourselves. So I'll ask you, if I want this book, where can I find you? How do I get to you? So that, you know, I believe many people want these books and they will get them. You know.
Right now, Broken Pieces is at 25K.
Right.
I've not yet started moving to libraries to supply, but you can reach out on my number, 0754 85 40 13. and yeah, I can get them delivered anywhere. That's not up country. I'm still in my parents' house. Yeah.
Instagram?
Instagram is Samuel Timaka. X Samuel Timaka. Basically, everywhere is Samuel Timaka. I'm joining the celebrity world, so I have to use my actual names.
Girls are coming for you. Today we are a bit of men in black. It's just because of this shirt inside here that is disappointing. As suicide survivors here, the two of us. He tried it, I also tried it, didn't work out. So we are meant to be on this planet and to live. Yeah, I will conclude by saying, Samuel, thank you for coming through. I want to appreciate your mom for being your backbone and support. Your dad also that doesn't want to show you the love. But I know such kind of relationships. These are people, they love so much. But it's just they lack a way of bringing it out. And most of the times, they bring it in a way of hate. Yeah, for you might think they hate you, but they do love you. So thank you so much, Dad, for loving your son. He's here. He's made it out here. And I believe when you're watching, please, subscribe is the first thing. Share, post it, because people, I was doing some research, and I found that most of people die because they lack information. He has a lot of information to spill out, to give out to you. So if you get his book, maybe you'll be blessed and be touched. So thank you so much for watching and for staying with us. I will ask Samuel to say his final words. I know I appreciated your parents first before you did. So, but give out your last remarks, and then we call it a wrap for today.
I think I would send greetings to my friends who I dedicated the book to, called the Mandem.
The Mandems, yeah, I saw it in the intro. I'm like, yo.
The Mandems, who are like my biggest fans. I know they'll argue about it.
Yeah.
And to my mom, and small word to the teenager, it's not hard to move on. It's not hard to. It's not a weakness to hurt, but to let the hurting pain you is the weakness. You can always hurt, but don't let it throw you down. Overcome it. Every man hurts. So the more you learn how to handle your pain is the more you mature, and that's just reality. That's where we're going. We're growing up.
Yeah, thank you so much. To the one behind the camera, the person who brought the man here, myself, thank you so much for working it out throughout the start until the end. And everyone who has watched from the start to the end, thank you so much. This is my last episode for 2025. Let's meet in 2026, better, bigger, and wonderful. Bye-bye.
Welcome to AM Mavin 256, the pulse of the youth, where reality meets conversation. Get ready for real talk on mental health, life hustles, politics, entertainment, and everything in between. Your platform, your voice, your vibe. Let's move the conversation forward.